G'day everybody, Mark here. Um, I've just finished watching the Newshub or TV3's little 2-minute clip they put in regards to Flat Earth, and 99% of Flat Earthers living in the closet.
The biggest names in the Flat Earth movement have travelled across the Earth to challenge what we've been taught about the universe, namely attempting to demonstrate that the round Earth theory is an elaborate hoax. Lucy Warhurst went along to their conference in Auckland.
The Netflix documentary Behind the Curve has prompted a global spike in interest in the Flat Earth movement.
The sky is the limit, probably literally.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Star of the documentary Mark Sargent says there are millions of flat earthers around the world just like him.
90% of our membership, though, is in the closet. I kind of treat it like the old movie The Fight Club, which was the first rule of Flat Club is you do not talk about Flat Club. It is very true. I mean, you have to choose your audience wisely.
This is a safe audience. He's flown in from the US to attend the Flat Earth Expo in Auckland. People here believe we do not live on a globe.
You don't feel like you're spinning 1600 k's an hour, do you?
Flat earthers think the world looks like this, and the sun moves in circles around the North Pole to create day and night. But Robbie Davidson says they're dogged by laughable misconceptions.
No one believes that we can fall over the edge and we're not a pancake flying in space.
He says that would be ridiculous. So what do they believe?
One of the main models is that we're a flat stationary Earth with a dome over top, and that the sun, moon and stars and everything we see in the sky is contained inside.
At the core of their belief is quite simply that the world looks flat.
Things that go off into the distance like a boat, eventually you should not be able to see them. They should be behind the curve, see what I did there, on the other side of the hill. Well, with long distance photography, especially with HD, we can now see those things.
Then when it comes to pictures from space, well, they believe NASA and other agencies are involved in a conspiracy that they've never even explored space. In a world of differing opinions, one thing's true, they flat out deny the Earth is round. Lucy Warhurst, Newshub.
It is a very ridiculed subject, so it does make people that want to discuss Flat Earth somewhat cautious about who they want to discuss it with. It can be a very dividing topic. It can be a very ostracising topic. Even people that bring it up with their own families get ostracised for it. So it is a very dividing subject. But in regards to TV3's club, they seem to be getting the confusion between what is round and what is a ball. Flat Earthers don't actually know what the true shape and size of the Earth is. We haven't had the ability to go and fully research it for our own selves first. But what we don't do is believe secondary knowledge. Now, TV3 like to say something about the world being round. Every time they say round, please take in mind they're meaning a sphere, a ball, an oblate spheroid, a pear-shaped object, according to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere, it's oblate, and officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
Yeah.
So they're not meaning round, okay? Round is more like the clocks that you can see here, okay? Now, there's quite a few clocks that were featured or shown on that clip. I made them all, so I know what I'm talking about as far as what shape we wanted to portray is what a flat Earth means. Now, there's a lot of controversy about the azimuthal equidistance map, which is that one there, or the Gleason's map, which was painted in 1892 and documented as being as is a true accurate representation of the Earth. So it's a matter of knowing your information. A lot of people would like to condemn things without investigation, and quite frankly, condemnation without investigation is the absolute height of ignorance. If you want to be ignorant and just poo-poo something without investigating it, you'll be judged for that. It's that simple. Now, Adrienne Morrison, who spent over 7 months organising the Flat Earth Conference at the Novotel in Ellerslie, she took it all on her own head and should not be ridiculed for the amount of effort and hard work she's put into this. She feels very passionate about it, and I can speak from Adrian in this regard and say that we are extremely thankful for everybody that attended the conference to learn more. A special thank you to Robbie Davidson from Celebrate Truth, Mark Sargent from Flat Earth Clues, Patricia Steer from Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes, and David's the Moon Man from over in UK. They came from far and wide to attend this conference, and we are extremely grateful and thankful for their attendance. The people that attended on Skype were, we had Nate Wolf from Fired for Truth, where he was actually fired from his church for talking about Flat Earth, which is actually truth. We had Alex Michael, the Flat Earth Man, the musical conspiracy guru, who is an absolute gem of a man. We had Rob Skeever chime in for 20 minutes or so. Rob Skeever is a well-known man in regards to the Flat Earth and everything around surrounding Flat Earth, and I'd like to thank Rob personally for his input as well. We had Amber Plaster, the lady who sang Hello from the Other Side in regards to Flat Earth songs. We had scheduled Santos Benaki, but were unable to contact with him. We had David Wise for Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, or DITRH website, and we had a wicked 2-hour debate between some astrologists. Some people from Auckland Stardome came over and had a chat, and things did get a bit heated. There were a couple of ad hominem attacks and personal attacks, which we tried to keep to a minimum. But as I've said before, when you discuss Flat Earth, people get heated. They have a belief system they wish to enforce and ridicule others that don't believe it. But that's fine. We're used to ridicule, and we have very thick skin when it comes to that. We have a lot of sympathy for people that haven't done their research and bothered looking into it. You have my sympathies. We had a wonderful time with all of the speakers. I think they all thoroughly enjoyed it themselves. Didn't have any technical issues connecting to people. I'm the guy that actually made the clocks, sorted out with Adrian, and did all of the technical work. Adrian did absolutely all of the other organising and should be commended for it. We'd like to see Flat Earth grow a bit more in New Zealand. More people are becoming more and more open to the subject because it's becoming more and more out there to the generalised people to understand. I might get my words mixed up, but hey, we are all word-controlled creatures. Human beings follow words. It's that simple. Everybody in a society, whether or not you are in a society or on Earth, everybody in a society believes words that control them. It's called legislation, okay? And it's from a mob rule democratic society, meaning 51% get to tell the other 49% what to do. As far as Flat Earth's concerned, we are all individuals. We all have our own beliefs, and a lot of what we actually know is backed by first-hand primary knowledge, repeatable scientific experiments that can be shown. It's really that simple. Whenever we ask somebody from the globe side of the debate to show us some equations or show us some practical experimentation, they can't. It's just, here's a 300-page book. It says it in here. Well, I'm sorry, a book is secondary knowledge. Unless you have first-hand primary knowledge about something, you really are just being a parrot. You're no different from Buzz Aldrin, was it Neil Armstrong? You know, those guys that say they went there that never actually did, that never gave any interviews, that all became recusers and all fired and left straight afterwards. The ones that didn't look like they were really happy that they'd just been to the moon in their interviews. So, yeah, it's really, really funny. Anyway, I'm not going to rant on. Here's a little clip from TV3 News. I hope you will all take into account that it is actually getting out there in the mainstream, and there has been, I wouldn't say a surge, but there's been a resurgence. Flat Earth has been around for many, many, many centuries. A lot, if not all, of the ancient civilizations, the Mayans, the Incans, the Norse, they all, along with the Egyptians, all believe that there is a firmament, a dome above us, and we are in an encapsulated system. If you don't believe me, go and ask Bill Nye, the science guy. He says what he really wants you to believe and to comprehend is that the Earth is an enclosed system.
Now, one thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go.
You cannot leave the Earth. And that's the science guy. So, do you want to believe an actor like Bill Nye or another actor like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who are really just paid entertainers? Or do you actually want to do your own research? Go out and do it, guys. Don't let anyone else tell you what to believe. You make your own decisions from your own knowledge and your own research. It is that simple. Alright guys, much love to you all. A big thanks to everybody that attended the conference, that came along, that got a t-shirt or a clock, or just those people that were happy enough in themselves to actually attend and stand up for their own belief and their own knowledge. Much love. See you all, guys.